Okay, welcome everybody. Tonight we are going to be talking about nutrients in our food colors and why eating the rainbow is so important. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to try and keep us all on time, keep this within a 30-minute time period for all of you to honor your time, as I really appreciate you being here this evening. So basically, we are going to be touching on a couple of simple and yet important aspects of health. Okay, so how the rainbow of food actually supports optimal health, the barriers that we run into on a daily basis that prevent us from eating, healthy on a or eating the rainbow on a regular basis, and then simple tools that we can be using on a daily basis that are going to help you achieve that rainbow spectrum of food on a daily basis. All right. Now, tonight's talk is actually really inspired by Dr. Sears. So I was currently researching some information from Dr. Sears and looking through the websites from askdrsears.com. And I came across an article that is or was about nutrients in our food sources and food colors. And I just thought it was really, really interesting. And since we do have a really huge and awesome event happening on Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosted by Dr. Sears, basically he's going to be talking about healthy starts and how creating healthy habits for entire families, and how he uses the Healthy Starts program in his medical practice and his personal life to support good health for families. Okay, now for those of you who aren't familiar with who Dr. Sears is, I actually thought I would do an introduction so that you can understand the importance and the huge value in what he's going to be presenting on Thursday. So if you have some free time on Thursday evening at 9 p.m., I highly recommend that you plug into this event. It's going to be on Zoom. Really, really cool stuff. So he is a co-host of the award-winning talk show, The Doctors. Now, I don't watch a lot of TV, so when I actually first found out that he was going to be hosting this event, I didn't personally really know who he was. That's what got me looking into the website and understanding who he is and what type of information he shares, and which has led to tonight's talk. So, but he's also a board certified pediatrician who's part of the Dr. Sears family of parenting experts. Okay, so he's a trusted resource for families all over the world for the last 4 decades. That's crazy. That's insane. So he's been featured in numerous times on Dr. Phil, CNN, Larry King, Rachel Ray, PBS series Help Me Grow. He offers medical advice on online sites such as parenting.com, Yahoo Health, and he serves as the children's health specialist for the AOL Medical Advisory Board, the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute. Okay, and his family's popular parenting website, askdrsears.com, which is actually run by himself, his father, his brother, and I believe actually a couple of other really, really well-trusted pediatricians and doctors that are world-renowned. So he has a busy family pediatric practice, which he actually shares with his dad and his brother. So really cool stuff. So I'm really excited to be sharing the information tonight because it just feels so cool to be just leading into an event that is so incredibly heavily weighted in the medical industry. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Jenn J. I'm an advanced holistic nutritionist with training in 7 different areas of nutrition. Specifically, I help women experience symptomatic relief from PCOS and endometriosis while balancing their hormones and supporting their entire families in making healthy living easier, one bite at a time. So it really comes down to making simple changes on a consistent basis in healthy living that's going to support good health and positive, long-lasting changes. Okay, but I also have a bachelor's degree in psychology that is focused really heavily on human physical and psychological development. So I have a strong understanding of how our habits are created, how our brain thinks and is connected to the physical aspects of our body. So, how we form thought, how we form excuses, how we form motivation, how we move forward in making positive changes in our health. And that huge connection between our gut and our brain is a very important one, which I now have a very good understanding of, now having the training in both aspects of both. So without further ado, let's get into tonight's presentation. All right. Eating the rainbow. Why is it so hard? Well, first of all, a lot of us live a very, very busy lifestyle. So it can be very difficult for us to take the time to make food or to even buy food that would fall in the rainbow spectrum, in the colors: red, blue, yellow, orange, green, pink, purple, all the colors that make up the rainbow. These are basically fruits and vegetables, right? They're the most colorful and most abundant food that we can be eating, and yet most of us are barely meeting the minimum of 5 servings a day. In fact, most of us are maybe only eating 2 to 3 servings a day, and not a lot of variety. Maybe the same couple of colors or the same couple of foods in each color group. But it's so important because the fruits and the vegetables are really what is supporting good health for us. It is helping us to have energy. It is helping us to have a healthy gut. They are helping us to have clear skin and healthy hair, strong nails, good eyesight even. But they're also protecting and healing our body from outside toxins, from oxidation, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, from inflammation, from disease and illness. These are the foundational nutritional support within our body that promotes and promotes good health and prevents poor health and symptoms. Okay. And how do we know if we're not eating enough variety? Well, put your hand up or leave a comment in the chat box here if you are eating 7 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Okay. If you are not eating 7 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, which, by the way, is equivalent to about 4 cups of fruits and vegetables, you are not getting enough. Also, are you eating every color of the rainbow? Are you eating greens every day? Are you eating fruits and vegetables that are red and orange and yellow and purple every day? If you're not eating several servings from every food color every day, you are not getting enough variety. Okay. Now, here's the thing, okay? You know, we talked a little bit how we are susceptible when we're not eating fruits and vegetables, when we're not eating the rainbow, we run into oxidative stress. Our body and our cells are attacked and they die basically, right? So oxidative stress is essentially the same as if we cut an apple in half and we left it to brown on the counter. This is oxidation. It's a stress of oxidation on the cells of the apple. Now, when we rub lemon juice or spray lemon juice or dip that apple in lemon juice, that provides a protective barrier on the cells that helps prevent and slow the process of oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress happens naturally in everything. It happens when we live a healthy lifestyle. It happens when we live an unhealthy lifestyle. It happens when we exercise. It happens when we eat. It happens when we age. It happens when we don't exercise. The difference is that when we are supporting our body nutritionally with fruits and vegetables, we are slowing that oxidative process. We are providing the lemon juice to our cells and our body, which is helping protect them from that oxidative stress. Okay. So the bad news is that oxidative stress is a contributor to aging and poor health. But the good news is that the antioxidants in fruits and vegetables help protect our cells from this oxidative stress. So, are you eating the rainbow? Let's have a look. Okay, you can see here that this is just a handful of the fruits and vegetables that you could be eating from the red the red category of food. But basically from these, you would be getting lycopene, beta carotene, vitamin C. These are all antioxidants. These are really, really strong and one of the top 10 anti-cancer carotenoids. Okay. What does that mean? They are protecting our cells so well that they are helping our body fight the invasion of cancerous cells. But they also contain more vitamin C than foods in the green category, which is amazing. And we all know that vitamin C is really great for boosting our immune system, protecting our immune system, even having good skin and good nails, and including absorption of iron. So including several servings a day of red fruits and vegetables is a really great way to ensure that you're getting a very potent source of antioxidants. So here you can see tomatoes, tomato sauce, guava juice, watermelon, red peppers. These are just a handful, of course, of items that fall in the red category. Now, if we look at pink, we're looking again at lycopene, beta carotene. Now, beta carotene is an antioxidant that's really good for our eyes. That's why people say eat carrots, they're good for your eyesight. Well, carrots are really, really high in lycopene, and we're going to see that actually when we move into the yellow and orange. But these lycopenes and beta carotenes are, again, reducing the risk of cancers and cardiovascular diseases because they are so highly concentrated in antioxidants. So here you can see grapefruit is a fantastic source of pink food. Now, orange and dark yellows, these are again where we're running into those beta carotenes, vitamin C, which we all know we need to be eating on a regular basis. So some of these include, pumpkins, summer squash, sweet potatoes, mangoes, peppers, peaches, carrots, apricots, and these contain a phytonutrient actually called lutein, okay, which helps protect against degeneration of eye structures. So like I mentioned earlier, carrots are well known to support good eyesight, and this is why they protect against the degeneration of our eye structure as we age. So ensuring that we're getting good, healthy sources of food from the orange and yellow category is really going to help maintain good eye health, okay? But they're also the phytonutrients that are protecting plants from sun damage. And so by extension, they are also doing the same for humans. So they are supporting good skin. So not just from the inside, but from the outside, supporting good protection from sun on our skin. So making sure, again, that you're getting several servings of foods from the orange and yellow category. Now, I'm curious if anybody actually knows what a serving size looks like, measures, or is. So if you are willing to hazard a guess, go into the chat box and leave that there. And then I will come back in a little bit and see how everybody's doing with that. Now, dark green, of course, we all know we should be eating a lot of dark greens. And I think a lot of us underestimate the importance of it, all right? So you can see here, like so many fruits and vegetables fall into the green category, but these are rich in antioxidants that support healthy cell health, meaning they're going to help protect our DNA. They're going to help protect our bodies or our cells from toxin invasion from, the chemicals in our food or the chemicals in our air and the chemicals in our water. They're also helping support our DNA, not just for ourselves, but when we are reproducing, so for our children, which also means that cell health is important in the reproductive organs as well. So helping to support good cell health in our reproductive organs means that there's less of a chance that our children will be born with excess toxins, excess chemicals in their bloodstream, damaged cell health, poor immune systems, just ensuring that those cells that we are creating in our bodies and then reproducing are of good health as well. Purples and blues, these have a pigment called anthocyanin. So this is an anti-cancer property again. basically, I think we're all, I mean, when we hear that C word, when we hear cancer, we all pretty scared, right? It's a pretty scary word. It's a pretty serious disease. And it's one of the most aggressive. And so when we think about food having healthy components, and actually having anti-cancer properties, or properties that support good health to avoid cancers, that means that those foods are really, really strong. They're just as aggressive as, say, the cancer cells, and aspects of life that would interfere or promote cancer growth. So we have, on one hand, a disease that is very, very strong and aggressive. And on the other hand, we have food that is equally as strong and aggressive as the disease. So when we factor in the consideration that on a daily basis, we eat like what, 6, 7 times a day, maybe some of us maybe just 2 or 3 times, but that's a lot of opportunity for us to make really good choices. And that's a lot of opportunity for us to get ahead of those aggressive diseases. And maybe not even the aggressive diseases. Maybe you're just here because you're interested in learning more about, how to have a healthier belly, how to have less brain fog, how to have more balanced hormone profiles, how to sleep better. When we consider the fact that cancer is the most aggressive disease, and that all symptoms related to cancer and unrelated to cancer are less aggressive than that, when we are comparing the food that is supporting or preventing an aggressive disease, we know that anything underneath that is going to be covered as well. Okay. So here, this pigment is actually really great in its ability to fight off free radicals and support cell function. So free radicals are essentially, in a very simple way of explaining they are radical cells. What do you call that word there? Here's my French brain kicking in and my English not. Basically, those the outcasts. Okay, so those cells that are, maybe harmful, or toxins in our body, or just aspects in our body that are rotating around through our bloodstream that maybe shouldn't be there, wrong place, wrong time. And so these pigments are helping to fight these off so that those free radicals don't become an issue within our body. They don't cause inflammation. They don't cause cancerous promotion. They don't cause symptoms within our body, because they're supporting our cells in functioning the way that they should be. And then, of course, we've got the black and dark reds, which are really well known for their calcium and iron content. So black beans would fall into this one. They're really high in fiber and calcium. And then red beans fall into this category as well, which contains slightly more iron than the black beans do. But again, antioxidants, and now here even some minerals, okay, which are really, really great if you are living a plant-based lifestyle. So these are great sources of those as well. Now, here are a couple of tips to make it really easy, okay? Because it is hard. We live in a very fast-paced lifestyle. We live very conveniently, and we live unintentionally, and we live without purpose, and we live without we live that rat race. We live on that wheel consistently, where we do the same thing every day, and it can be really hard to step off of that wheel and make changes. So here are a couple of tips to make it a little easier so that you are eating the rainbow on a daily basis. Okay, number one, eat a salad every day, whether you eat it for a snack, at lunch, at dinner, whether it replaces a meal. You need to have a salad every day. If you're doing that, you're probably getting in at least 2 servings of vegetables, if not more. So I'm curious, are you eating a salad every day? Leave that in the chat box. And if you're not, what do you think it would take for you to eat a salad every day? What is holding you back from eating a salad every day? Is it boredom? Is it taste? Is it flavor? Is it texture? Is it desire? Maybe it is preparation. Maybe you don't have recipes. What exactly is holding you back from having a salad every day? And then another tip is to choose 2 to 3 colors at every meal. If you have several colors on your plate every meal, and different colors at each meal, you're going to increase the variety. You're going to eat that rainbow on a daily basis. So make your plates colorful. And an easy way to do that actually is to make the fruits or the veggies the star of your meal. So right now we live in a very protein focused life or habit of eating. And so what we often do is when we are, making a meal, we decide what protein we're making. And then based on that protein, we pick a vegetable and we pick a carbohydrate. What I'm saying is reverse that thinking. I want you to think about a meal based on your vegetable and then choose a protein and a carbohydrate to go alongside of those, right? So making sure half of your plate when you eat or half of your servings is fruits and vegetables is going to help you achieve that. So focusing your proteins and your carbohydrates around those colors is going to increase those chances, okay? Now, if you've got some kids at home, here are a couple of really easy ways to incorporate all of this with your kids as well. So you can play color matching games with your kids. This one could be, where your kids are either picking colors for their meals, or you and your kids are talking about how a color specific food supports their bodies. So don't just say, okay, we're going to eat carrots because they're good for your eyes, but say, let's pick an orange color for our lunch, so that we can see better this afternoon, or just using some fun ways to incorporate that with your kids. All right. But you can also play vitamin matching games with your kids. So now that you kind of have an understanding of what vitamins are coming from those different colors, and of course you can always use Google for this as well, because you're going to learn in this process too. And so when you're learning alongside your kids are more likely to participate because it's a new experience for all of you. Okay. So you guys could be sitting at the table eating a salad, and you can be picking red peppers out of your bowl and saying, okay, I know with the red peppers, I'm going to get this, and this. I'm going to get lots of vitamin C eating my red peppers today. And then ask your kids, okay, if we eat a piece of salad, what kind of vitamin are we going to get from this? How is this going to help us feel better today? So playing games like that with your kids can be really helpful. And then of course, playing color finding games in the grocery stores. So bring your kids to the grocery store, ask them to find 2 fruits or 2 vegetables or one of each of a certain color. This is going to help encourage them to be more explorative in the grocery store, understand the variety that's available in the grocery store, be more exploratory at home with what's on their plate because they picked it out in the grocery store. Just using these types of little tips and games with your kids is really going to help make that easier. I do also have a fridge resource to pin up on your fridge for children to actually have more control over their daily choices in food based on the rainbow of colors. So if you're interested in that, you can leave a comment in the chat box and I will make sure to send it over to you. But those are a couple of really easy ways to start eating the rainbow on a daily basis. But my question to you is it enough? Are you still eating, or are you now eating 7 servings of fruits and vegetables every day? Here's the thing. There are 2 very startling trends in our world right now. Number 1 is that environmental toxins are increasing. They are in our water, they're in our air, they're in our land, they're in our houses, they're in our food, they're in the soil that grows our food, they're in the water that waters our food. And because of that, the quality of our food is decreasing. We have to use more pesticides. We have to use synthetic vitamins in a lot of food now because the food is so nutritionally stripped from their growing conditions or from the processing that they no longer contain the protein or the vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that are required for good optimal health. This is where I always recommend using the Juice Plus products as a bridge between what you should be eating. So eating that rainbow and getting good quality nutrition into your body, and what we are eating. So that bridge between what you should eat and what you are eating is solved by using the Juice Plus capsules or gummies, which is going to help support that broad range of colors. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. But here's a couple of things to make note of. Okay. Number one, it's food. It's not a multivitamin. So we're not flooding our body with synthetic isolated vitamins that our body then filters out. Instead, our body recognizes it as true whole food. It recognizes it as the natural source of vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that our body needs on a regular basis from a variety of fruits and vegetables. Okay. But it's also NSF certified. So there are no banned substances, meaning we're not dealing with those types of chemicals and pesticides and products and toxins that are counteracting all the good that we're trying to do by eating more fruits and vegetables. But it's also the most researched brand nutritional product in the world, which is amazing for me personally as a professional. Knowing that it is backed by research gives me peace of mind in recommending it, of course, to my clients and to all of my friends and family. Now, I want to show you here this picture because it's so powerful. Look at all the fruits and vegetables, berries, grains, and oils in these capsules. All right. Do you notice something? I don't know about you, but I see the rainbow here. I see reds and yellows and oranges. I see pink. I see purple. I see blue. I see dark reds, blacks. I see the rainbow here. And that is literally pushing the easy button on eating the rainbow on a daily basis. Now, of course, for children, it can be even harder for them to eat the rainbow on a daily basis because they go through those picky stages, right? They go through phases where they don't want to eat food that they've only been eating for the last 3 weeks because they wouldn't eat anything else. And they go through phases where they don't want to, it's a texture thing, or it's a smell thing, or it's a color thing. And they just go through these phases as they grow. And that's totally normal. But supporting your kids and bridging that gap for them is so important. So enrolling in the Healthy Starts for Families is a fantastic way of getting your kids to eat more fruits and vegetables and ensuring that they have that nutritional backup of the rainbow in their blood or in their body at a cellular level. Now here's the best part of that. Okay. For kids, this is free. You can bridge that gap in your child's nutritional habits for free. So with every adult paying order, a child gets the capsules or a convenient gummy for free. And you can see here that families were reporting that 61% of kids were eating more fruits and vegetables by being enrolled in the Healthy Starts program and taking the Juice Plus gummies. So, right. So who is ready to hit the easy button on eating more fruits and vegetables and eating the rainbow on a daily basis? So if you're ready to hit that button, I want you to connect back with the person who invited you here tonight. Okay. Number one. Then number two, I want you to order your rainbow in a capsule. Your rainbow in a capsule is as easy as that. Taking your capsules on a daily basis, or your chews if you don't like taking capsules, which are incredibly fantastically delicious, by the way. Like, I sat here last night and I totally devoured probably like a third of my daughter's gummies. Yeah, it's not like me to do that, but I couldn't stop. So I had to put them away, obviously. But so number one, connect back with the person who invited you to. And then number three, jumpstart your health. It's that easy to get the rainbow into your body on a daily basis. So I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. I am going to head over to the chat box and see if we have any questions here. Let's see. Just going to stop sharing my screen. All right, heading over to the chat box. Okay, so half a cup. Okay, yes, so we're gonna, okay, yes, I'm gonna backtrack here. Okay, so I try to eat lots of fruits and veggies every day and the rainbow, but I honestly just don't have the appetite. Yes, that can be tough for sure. Especially I know for some of us on plant-based diets where we have a lot more fiber coming into our body, we feel full for a long time. So it can be harder to eat the recommended servings of 7 to 13 a day. So if you're having difficulties with appetite, one of the easiest ways to get more fruits and vegetables, apart from having the Juice Plus capsules or gummies, would be smoothies, actually, or smoothie bowls, because you can load up a lot into them really easily. And because they're almost like pre-digested or before you drink it, that can really help ease that lack of appetite. At least you'll be able to drink it as opposed to eating it. Stretches out that feeling of feeling full without actually feeling too full, if that makes sense. All right, now then in terms of serving sizes, okay, so half a cup, fist size. All right, so perfect. So if we're looking at fruits and chopped vegetables, you're right. It's a half a cup if you were measuring it. And if you were using your hand, you're right. You're looking basically at the size of your fist. If we're looking at leafy greens, we're actually looking at 1 packed cup. So that's taking an actual cup and packing it in tight, not just loosely, or taking 1 large handful. So squeezing a fistful of large or of dark leafy greens would be equivalent to 1 serving size. So I know most of us are not eating 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables of that capacity. There's no way. There are a few people who manage to do it, but it can be very difficult, and it does take super intention to do it. Okay. So one of your barriers is time to prep salads. Yeah, that is a tough one. So one of my favorite ways of prepping salads, actually at the beginning of the week, after I do my groceries, I wash everything. Before my fruits and veggies go into the fridge, I actually cut them all up. So it saves me a ton of time, because it means that making a salad does not mean that every day I am chopping vegetables, making veggie scraps, trying to figure out where to put them in my green bin, in my garbage, in my compost, making a bowl, making just like making a mess, right? It's more dishes, it's more everything. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a minimalist. I hate washing dishes, truthfully. I do have a dishwasher, but I only run it once a day. I refuse to run it more than once a day. I refuse to make more dishes than is necessary. I refuse to do more work than is necessary. So if I can make it super easy to have salad every day by prepping once in the week, as opposed to trying to make a salad every day, I am totally on board for that. So I chop all my vegetables. I store them in separate containers so that I can keep variety if I'm using them for something other than a salad. But then it literally comes down to choosing what I want to put in my salad and putting it in a bowl, topping it with a sauce or a dressing, and that's it. Like it comes down to simplicity. And I think a lot of us overestimate and we overcomplicate health. We overcomplicate the process of health. Good health is seriously as simple as eating more fruits and vegetables, getting good sleep, reducing our stress, drinking more water, and exercising. Like those 5 pillars is literally the concept of good health. And we overcomplicate it by making it complicated and thinking that we have to have these huge extravagant meals and these huge extravagant habits, and we really don't. It really comes down to make a basic salad, make a simple salad. When that becomes comfortable for you, you will start to make it more complicated, and you will enjoy that complicated process. You will enjoy furthering the challenge of making your salad, if that makes sense. So I hope that gives you all a little bit of information or helpful information. And I'm going to open up the floor for just a few minutes for questions, and then I will let everybody go. But I do want to let all of you know that I appreciate your time here tonight. So thank you all for being here.